We had 3 big, huge Arborvitaes here. I have no idea how difficult the stumps will be to get out. I mean, they were big. So that's our goal this evening. We're going to try to get these Arborvitae stumps out. If I can, I'm going to use this Toothbar. I really think the Heavy Hitch Toothbar is one of the most underrated accessories you can get for your tractor. It's pretty amazing.
A lot of times we show you some of the more major projects that we're working on, and we've got to where we don't even get the camera out sometimes for the minor ones right around the house, the little, well, I call them honey-do jobs. There's a couple of reasons for this. One, well, you've probably already seen us do jobs like this, or maybe even others online, and if you've bought your own 1025R or a similar tractor, you've done them yourself. And the other reason is that sometimes late in the evening, Christy and I just like to relax and see if we can do a little work around the house, low pressure, where we don't have to be worrying about the camera.
Gonna have to get serious.
So in a sense, today's episode is almost like a behind the scenes. It's a relaxing, cool evening. We're not really under any pressure. We have no doubt that we can get the project done, so there's no drama that we can invent or anything like that. Just a small step toward making our property look better. And we've decided to use some of the most effective and yet least expensive accessories and attachments to hopefully get the job done.
Come help sooner.
Well, I wanted to show that I could do it by myself.
Yeah. Bolt-on hooks.
Yep. It doesn't take a lot, guys. You don't have to have the fanciest equipment. Subcompact tractor. Toothbar.
And I bet those were, how old's the house? 30 years?
Yeah, they're close to 30 years old. And Heavy Hitch Toothbar, bolt-on hooks, piece of chain. That's all it takes. Do I have more of it
and
here?
Determination.
Okay, yeah, a little Johnny X improvement there. We could have got that with a regular subcompact tractor. It's just that Johnny X is what I had here. I'll haul this off and be back. I want to use the 1025R here because we're right by my septic tank. And I've run over the septic tank even with the 3R mowing, and it's not a problem, but I'm just a little nervous when I'm working here this hard. Just an example of one of these honey-do jobs that would be miserable if you had to do it by hand.
Yeah.
Christy's wanted these Arborvitaes out since we moved in.
Yep.
I don't blame her.
They were overgrown.
I'm moving that guy, right? If I had to cut him off a little higher, I'd have more leverage to get him out. But by cutting them off low, Christy didn't bother me about them for a few weeks.
You're right.
If I'd have cut them off about head high, you'd have been after me every day.
I would have been, yes.
Here we go, time to get serious. Got him now. Just trying to keep from hitting my water faucet up there.
Yeah.
Have to be a little careful here. I can't extend my bucket all the way down and back drag very hard. I want to be careful with those curl cylinders. Testing your chaining.
I know you are.
I guess you pass.
Thank you.
Now by now, some of you have probably already commented, hey, you've got a backhoe on there, why aren't you using it? Hopefully some of the rest of you have kind of figured out why. Not everybody's got a backhoe. And a backhoe's a great attachment. I love the backhoe on this little tractor. I think it's incredibly valuable, but it's not cheap. So maybe let's take a moment and kind of talk through some different ways to get these stumps out. I would say if you've got a subcompact tractor, what we're showing you is about the most cost-effective way right now. Using this Toothbar. I really think I need the Toothbar. It's pretty hard to do it without it because it just digs so much better. The next approach up would be a grinder. You can get the Baumolite grinder at shopgreendealer.com/TTWT. I think it's like $28.50 right now. It's come down a lot from before, but the good part of grinding those is you wouldn't have any of this disturbance of all this dirt here. Now there are a lot of ways to remove a stump. I mean, there are really many ways you can do it. But I'm just trying to show you a couple here that you can do with a compact tractor. And I've shown you the backhoe before. And if we fail to get this one out, I'll show you the backhoe again tonight. But my intent is to do this one with what I consider the most cost-effective approach. So I hope that explains it. I'm doing the work here with the same approach that I would use if I was using the backhoe. As soon as I learn that I can't just go in with a brute force and dig it out in one fell swoop, I'm digging along each side to try to get some of those worst roots out. And then going in closer and closer until I get it out. Now if you don't have a Toothbar, especially an aggressive one like this Heavy Hitch Toothbar, you may wonder why it really helps. I think the easiest way to illustrate it is to kind of look at how the bucket is made. And if you're trying to dig into something, you've got a 53-inch or a 57-inch or whatever full width contacting the ground and trying to dig at the same time. Whereas with this tooth bar, I've got 7 teeth, each with 2 points, and those 2 points are about 1/4 or 3/8 of an inch wide. So I'm concentrating all that force in a very small area. And that really helps when it comes to digging. I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage on this one because I can't get to the back side, right? If you can get to all 4 sides, it makes it a lot easier. Now I like to clean all the dirt off of it I can before I haul it somewhere. In my case, I'm gonna burn it after it dries. And I want to have the least amount of dirt on it possible so that it burns. As I've made quite public on Johnny X here, I've got the hydraulic pressure turned up pretty high. And I think I've got it set at 2,900 PSI. I suppose it's possible I could bend one of these loader arms. I've heard of people doing it. I don't know. I never have, and you know, I've not, if you've watched many of our videos, you know that I'm not especially gentle on it, but on the other hand, I don't try to drive in and ram stuff. So I think it's not a case of being real gentle on your equipment. I think you just learn, or hopefully you learn from watching, a few things that you don't want to do, right? There's just certain activities you don't want to do, or like what I was just describing. You don't want to go full speed ramming into something. You don't want to have your bucket all the way bent over and then try to push forward, stretching those curl cylinders. There's just a few things that you have to be careful with, and if you pay a little attention to those, you know, your tractor it'll stick with you. It'll do what you need to do, and hopefully won't break down. Now, I've not been easy on the hydraulic system here. I've run it at, well, you've probably heard the relief valve. I'm sure you can hear it in my microphone. When I'm pushing as hard as I can or lifting as hard as I can, and that's usually what makes the oil heat up pretty fast, but I'm not seeing any heating at all. In fact, the hydraulic oil temperature is at 140. With the regular oil cooler, before I put the Hydros Plus super cooler, I'll call it, before I put that on, we would have been 190, 200, maybe even higher, just because of pushing it as hard as I pushed it. Okay, that's probably good enough for this for now. You just never know about some of these little stumps. Can you pick that up and throw it in, or is it loose yet? Sorry, I didn't mean for you to have to pull it loose. Yeah, I have my canopy on backwards, I know. I was using the backhoe with it the other day. That thing's got a ton of little bitty roots on it.
Yeah.
This was a pretty big tree here. It grew up higher than the eave of the house, so I don't know. I can't see it. Am I moving it?
It's coming, yeah. Yep. Boy, there's a lot of roots in there.
Toothbar. See, those teeth really help. Look at that. Look at that. That was amazing. I'll dump these out and try to get some more roots out of that. Root plow. I'm pretty close to L fiber here. Okay, so there it is. Now, so it crosses over that. You can't tell where it turns, can you? Not there. On the other end, by your foot, you can't tell where it turns. Okay, I should be good then. Yeah, the guy ran his fiber right through my sump pump drain line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And no, I have not fixed it yet.
And no, he did not tell us.
What's going on?
There's a wire in here. I don't know what it's. It may not be our internet, but okay. That may be the old one.
We had prior fiber in here that I tore up out in the driveway when we built the shelter logic.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on here. So Christy's going to wrap that around there and then just hold one end of it.
Okay.
Just hold the end out there, that way they can see. And then I'm gonna, I can't see it. Where is it? Am I pulling it up? Yeah.
Yeah, it's pulling up the. Let's just cut it.
I like pulling it out. I just want to make sure.
Now your tire's on it.
Okay. Can you stretch it tighter? I'm pretty sure the new fiber goes out closer to the concrete, right?
Yeah.
I think digging out landscaping is your idea of a good day.
Yeah, especially when it's overgrown and I
Yeah.
don't know what to put back, but
Yeah, we don't worry about that.
nope.
I don't think that big one's gonna come out.
I don't think that one's gonna come out either without the tractor.
Okay, I probably should dig out this pipe a little bit.
I can say it, at our age though, I wouldn't want to be out here with a shovel.
No. My energy levels too. I'll dig that pipe a little bit. It's wet in it. I guess it's getting some moisture somewhere. Is it loose or did it break? Is that all of it? That's got holes in it. That makes me think it's the end of it. Are they heavy? That looks... Okay, so a grapple would do this part better. But a grapple's a lot of money. Okay, I'll dump this and then let's get those two rocks. Take them to the rock pile and then we'll, sometime later, bring them back. Maybe I could drag it out a little bit. We've been here almost 5 years.
Yeah.
First two, we did nothing to try to actually improve the yard. We were just catching up.
We had to fix the shed and we put up the shelter logic and
yeah, I mean,
so
a lot of different things we've had to work on, and I think that's the way people need to look at home improvements. Is you just get to things when you can,
right.
and then when you make a little bit of an improvement, celebrate it. Don't don't get all focused on, well, we haven't
Right.
done this yet and we haven't done that yet. We've been wanting these arborvitaes out here. In fact, all the stuff around the house since moved in.
Yeah, it's amazing how much more light is in the room right behind that window.
Yeah, it looks totally different in that
It
room.
does, yeah.
And you know, it's one of those things that, well, had we known that, we'd have cut them down. But that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
And the point is that just be patient, plug away, keep working at it, and
And we've got more to do here, but we don't have to do it all at one time.
right, doesn't all have to be done tonight.
No.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, we waited till it was a little cooler, but it's still 80.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this. We weren't trying to show you the most efficient way. In this case, we were trying to show you a fairly cost-effective way to remove some stumps or trees that have been in here for a long time. HeavyHitch.com and bolt-on hooks and hydrosplus.com all use coupon code TTWT to get you a 5% discount.
Make your wife happy. Clean out the flower beds.
Yeah, we appreciate it when you support our sponsors. I mean, it's not getting any easier in the YouTube world. I will say that from a high level, and so to the extent that you can support our sponsors, we really appreciate it. It helps us to keep things going. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.
See to it that no one falls short of the grace of God, and that no bitter root grows up to cause trouble and defile many.
Hey, at least we don't match today.
Right. Right. We usually do.
Not on purpose. Hey, the cats didn't come play. Well, Bullseye was around a little bit, but
Yeah, and then when I started to scratch him, he decided to run off.